Howdy everyone, welcome to Raggie Productions. Today we have a background look at ARCS Racing Networks and from the race control perspective. So today we are working with the Ignition program from ARCS, and they are at Las Vegas in the Xfinity cars. You're going to get to see everything I see from a race control perspective, as well as hear everything I hear for the race. So get ready. You're going to see everything going on screen and how race control kind of works, as well as you're going to be able to see the entire race from my perspective. So without further ado, let's head down to the track. As you can see, we've got our overlays up from our race control perspective. We are working from the TV3 perspective right here. You're going to be able to see a lot more of the track as well as the cars. We've got it set up to track crashes that happen in case we need to throw a caution or anything like that. And you'll also see from time to time my other overlay come up here, and that will give me more controls over the drivers. Most of the time will be here in this view. You've got your standings over on the left-hand side there that lets me know where everyone is currently, how many laps down, how far back, when they've pitted, if anything else were to come up. And then you've got your natural scrolling standings at the top with more information, track map down in the right-hand side. So without further ado, we're off on our pace lap. Edward Marshall took pole with, I believe, Alfie Sharon Jr. in the number 8 on outside pole. Aiden Norman was inside row 2 and 3rd. Noah Belleville with his return to ARCS in the 3 on the outside. We're going to do a quick check, make sure everything is where it needs to be. Move to TV3. There you go. We've got 19 cars on track. Race control with me up in the sky. We're looking forward. Ignition has been off to a good start these past 2 weeks. Daytona and Auto Club, and now they're at Las Vegas under the lights. We're going to have a 100-lap race here, a stage at the end of lap 40, and then a race about a 60-lap race to the finish, depending on how long our stage break caution takes. But you're going to get to see a behind-the-scenes look at race control from Raggie Productions here for the ARCS Racing Networks. Thank you for tagging along with us. Thank you for coming out and watching. Like, subscribe, comment on what you see. If you'd like to join ARCS, go to racearcs.com as we are getting ready to go green.
Green flag.
There's your green flag, and we're off. One car already pulled off, going to the back. That was Noah Belleville in the 41. Not sure if he's having an issue with his driving connection, but he is in the back now, and we're headed into turn 3. Good, clean lap so far. These tires are cold early on. Looking to get some heat in these tires, and that'll help with the grip, but right now it is a slip and slide, especially on exit of 1 and 2.
What was that, Alfie?
There's 5 jobs that shouldn't have been happening in lap 1 times 2.
You're going to be able to hear some of the driver commentary as well. There's one car wrecked in the back. That's not going to bring out a caution.
Just one, staying green.
One car wrecks do not bring out unless it collects another. So 16, let's see, 16 of Aaron Conover. Tough start to his race as we're working lap number 3 now. '16 is taking his car to pit road. Goes a lap down right there. Sorry, the 41 was not Belleville. 41 was Oberstadt. He heads to the back. The 3 of Belleville has taken the lead over Norman. 62 of Aiden Norman there running second. Good race out of the top here. Good, clean, no wreck so far. Makes race control very easy. As Conover is coming off pit road, he'll go a second lap down. As these tires begin to wear, we'll see who went too hard too early and who has been saving as comers and goers will begin. But from the race control perspective, you can kind of see we hang back, watch what's going on. We let the algorithm take us to where it believes the action is or where incidents could occur, and that keeps us focused in on where we need to be and not miss anything. If weird things happen and we don't catch it, we're able to rewind back in and see where the fault was and if any penalties need to be assessed. But until then, we are just along for the ride. So thank y'all for watching with us as we're headed into lap number 7 here. Like I said before, if you're interested in joining ARCS and joining us on the racetrack, go to racearcs.com, fill out an application, and we'll get you locked in. This is our feeder series into our top cup level. The Ignition series runs every Friday night. All these guys are looking for a chance to be picked up by a team in A squared. There's only 28 slots in A squared. They're all full right now, but every 12 races we shuffle it back up with driver free agents and driver firings as we go through the season. Field has started to spread out now. We'll kind of walk you through. The leader is Noah Belleville. Second place, Aiden Norman. Alfie Sharon Jr. in the number 8 car is there in third. Edward Marshall in the number 6 is holding fourth. Jason Alexander in the 9 on track there. The Coolers car is your top 5. Zach McBride is in 6th. Tommy Reynolds 7th. Matthew Bounds in 8th. Jim Blankenship in the number 4 in the 9th spot, and Tristan Catania in the 48 rounds out your top 10. Dale Markowski in the 32 Bud Light car. Jonathan Smeal in the 43. Patrick Allen Jr. in the 45. Kevin Feemster in the 12. Ben Choate in the 54. That rounds out your top 15. And then you have Nick Fisher, Oberstadt, Evans, and then Conover with the early mistake 2 laps down. That is your top 19. The full field here today as we work lap 10. Things have calmed down. Drivers are starting to get into their rhythms, and now it's going to be about tires and fuel. 4 sets of tires sitting in the pits for these guys. Will have to make a pit stop before that lap 40 mark. So do you break this thing in half? And from race control perspective, when we start looking at the pit cycle, you're going to be able to see on your left hand side there what lap they come in, what they're doing, the time on pit road, and that kind of gives us an idea. Do they take 2 tires, no tires, 4 tires, and how they break up these sets. So here in this green flag run, 40 lap run, maybe looking at a 20 and 20. Oh, and we've got a wreck in the back.
Caution. Good job, bud. Tell me what you got.
Big wreck in the back as we're going to rewind. Actually, we're going to stay with. Drivers find the pace car off of turn 2 on the next lap.
Not bad.
So we're going to rewind back and see
Which means press the gas.
where the cause of this was. There it was. The 41 of Patrick Oberstadt. Looks like the 54 up underneath him takes him out. Just a racing incident. That's going to happen. So now you're going to see everything that happens under caution here. Pace car, turn 3 for those catching up. This is going to throw a little wonkiness into the pit strategy as we're coming to lap 13. All the lead lap cars should be on pit road here.
Hey, can I ask, was that my fault?
54 started that wreck.
Yeah, I was 31. I was on the... Not bad, buddy.
Alright, seeing everyone on pit road except for Evans, or the 4. I can't tell who that car was that stayed out. We'll see as it rounds back around. Pit stops happening here. See them as they come out. We're still focused where we need to be. Apologies. As we're working lap 14 here under caution for the first time in the ignition race. It was the 4 car that stayed out. That is Jim Blankenship. Let me know when we're 2 to green. Please follow all iRacing commands on your screen. Each of the commands we're given are thought out and direct, that way it does not confuse the drivers, keeps the race going as smooth as possible. As it looks like, I don't know if we're coming, I didn't hear if we're coming to 2 to green. I hope we're coming to 2 to green, because if we're coming to 1, they have messed this up.
We are 2 to green, Kim.
Alright, there you go, there's the cue for 2 to green. Thank you. Conover got one of his laps back with the lucky dog, and we're going to be coming around to the choose cone here momentarily, and what that looks like is I will explain as the drivers come off of turn 2 and head down the backstretch for the final lap as we come to 1 to green next time around. Alright, drivers, you'll be coming to the choose cone this time around. If you want the inside lane, go below the white line onto the apron by the start-finish line. If you want the high lane, go up against the wall. Make your decision early and clear. Thank you. So we'll be watching here now, excuse me, for the choose cone.
Hey Dale, just giving you a heads up that there's a little bit of a blink on your end. So far it's not been bad, but just letting you know.
So we're watching each driver.
Thank you. If it gets terrible, let me know and I'll try and get out of your way a little bit.
So 4 is taking the inside. 3. Everyone's clear so far. No black flags. Good, good, good. Everyone is good.
But my screen went completely black on that.
Choose cone is clear, going green this time around. Alright, and as we get rocking back, we're making sure we're set in the right position. Next will be their commands to go on for how the restart works. Alright, drivers coming to green this time. Restart will be on the leader inside the restart zone. On the leader inside the restart zone. Alright. Coming to lap 17. As we get ready to go green, the 4 car stayed out, so he's going to be at a huge tire disadvantage, but he has control of the field here.
green, green.
And we're back off. The 4 car gets a good jump. I'm wondering, is he hoping this thing goes green and these other guys cannot make it on the fuel run? Off to a good start, but these new tires are going to eat him up as soon as they get up to temperature. Looks like they've sorted themselves out in the top 10 at least. A little bit further back, still some 2-wide action. As those new tires have caught that 4 car, he is being passed on the inside. You can hear those tires slipping. Some of these guys overdriving these cars here early in their tire run. Remember, lap 40 will be the stage break. We're working lap 20, so we're just about halfway in the stage. Very clean racing so far. These drivers are, like I said before, are looking to get noticed by the A-squared owners and teams to get a call up at the 12 race mark. 26 way up the track. Vegas has 3 lanes, but I don't know if the 3rd lane is over there. Halfway through stage number 1, 6 of Edward Marshall holds the lead. Got another car up the track. I believe that was a 12 Feimster. 4 car Blankenship holding Pat in 4th, but is at a big detriment on those tires and disadvantage. We'll see how he continues. He will have to make a pit stop here, and when that happens, he will go a lap down at least. So he is hoping for this to go green all the way to the end of the stage, because that will actually put him in a very good spot. We'll see how he decides to use this strategy. Got a good battle here between the 9 and the 48. 28 sitting back waiting for an opportunity. They are catching that 4. A little contact there between the 9 and 48.
Okay,
Now the 28's going to pounce on that.
All right, yeah, go.
A little bit of contact there between the 32 and the 26. Just kind of met in the middle there on the front stretch. Say race in this 10th to 15th battle. We've gotten strung out again, but we've got little packs of battles right there in that 5th to 10th, and then the next one back is probably 11th to 16th, 17th. So 1 car in the wall off of 2. Looks like he just misjudged the exit of the corner. He's going to pay for that dearly. As the drivers have settled in again, we're on lap 25, coming to 26. The 6 of Edward Marshall has jumped out to a almost 2-second lead over Noah Belleville and Tommy Reynolds. Can't even see the 6 on screen as the 3 is your second place car. 6 is already down the backstretch and headed into turn number 3. There you see the lead. As we're focused on crashes or the best possible racing on track, that way we don't miss anything. Race control, we're not worried about someone driving off by himself. We're worried about a wreck happening, making sure it is called correctly and on time for these drivers. It's our job up here in race control to make sure everything goes smoothly, answer any questions, and hopefully as you do these you don't have many questions, because if the drivers are, oh, the 4 and the 40, good saves by all. The 48, the 4, and the 41 all had a little chain reaction there, but good saves. Everyone is still going straight. I think the 41 took the worst of that as he drops much deeper into the field. Oh, and there's a wreck.
Caution.
One car on his lid.
Get some fuel whenever you can. They're
Back
doing
on
a really
his
good job. Tell me
wheels.
about your race car when you can.
We are
Hey,
gonna,
sorry about getting into it. Just that I wasn't expecting that quick check.
so as we
Oh,
come,
you're good. I was.
pace car will be out of turn 2, leaders. Pace car out of turn 2. Please follow all iRacing commands on your screen. Second caution of the day comes on lap 28. We're going to get everyone lined back up. That'll give Aaron Conover his lap back as long as he did not receive any damages. So we'll see as we come in around pit road. Pace car entering 3 and 4. Check up. As pit road will be open this time. Pit road will be open this time. See if we have any takers. Remember, only 4 sets of tires. You know these guys took tires last time around. You should see the 4 car on pit road this time. Looks like a little bit more. Oh, a quick change by the leader, but kind of a half and half. There's your 4 car. He had not pit yet, but kind of a split bag here.
Lucky dog going high.
There's your lucky dog call. A 16 car going to get back on the lead lap here. A good break for him after his early race troubles. So all cars will be on the lead lap now. Those cars are in the wreck will use their fast repairs if they still have it. Drivers, let me know when we go 2 to green. Please follow all commands on your screen from iRacing. So we've got a mixed bag now, half and half. Half the field pit for a second time. The other half stays out as we're going to be coming to 10 to go in the stage. And we'll see here. I believe we're coming to 2 to green this time. Pretty good race so far. Just a couple racing incidents, nothing too bad.
Right now.
Thank you. Nothing too immediate in the way of aggressive driving. Good racing all around. Drivers have taken the 2 to green, so they'll be coming back around for choose cone here in just a second, and we'll come back on with our race control commands. Drivers are still all logged in, no dropouts yet, and we are working, coming to the end of stage 1 here in about 8 laps. Alright, drivers will be coming to the choose cone this time around. If you want the low lane, go below the white line on the apron by the start-finish line. If you want the high lane, go up against the wall by the start-finish line. Make your decision early and decisive. Thank you. We're going to get up to the leader.
Hey, Choke Buddy, you on freshies?
There's your leader, Zach McBride. We're going to watch as they come across the start-finish line. We're looking for inside lanes and outside lanes. One car to the top side. Eight car will get a black flag. Eight car will receive a black flag EOL for failure on choose cone.
Oh my god, I'm at the fucking bottom.
Instructions are below the white line at the start finish line. Alright, drivers, we're going green this time. Going green this time. Inside the restart zone. So our first black flag for failing on choose. The instructions are pretty cut and dry. If you miss that,
And if you're going to get Alfie, you should get Fisher too, because he did almost the same thing. I get it, he's already at the back. So.
we're coming to green this time around.
Green
Fine,
flag,
don't
green
worry
flag,
about
green
it.
flag. What is the caution for?
Big wreck on the back
That
stretch.
was a bad move, Aiden.
Really?
We're gonna walk back. I believe Aiden Norman was the culprit in that.
I put it off through and hit the wall. I don't think I'm still the whole field going better.
Like going back.
You have 2 sets of tail lights on your car, just so you know.
Looks like 54 gets into the wall.
Say at 32.
62 into the back.
Yep.
Just seeing I found online, didn't make it myself.
So,
So if there's a relative on your screen, if you can utilize it, so you shouldn't be swerving up to someone and then trying to swerve and miss them.
pit road action happening here. Looks like the 9 of Alexander will assume the lead. Last caution's cause was 54 clips the wall, 62 hits him in the rear end and gets jolted to the left and collects 2 other cars. Racing incident overall.
Matt, we're at 2 to go, so you know.
Thank you. Alright, so they'll be coming around the choose here this time. Alright, drivers coming to the choose cone this time. If you want the low lane, go below the white line by the start finish line. If you want the high lane, go up against the wall by the start finish line. Make your decision early and decisive. Choose cone is clear. Coming to green next time around. Those that are catching up, the field is in the middle of 1 and 2. Alright, going green this time inside the restart zone on the leader. So now we're getting closer to the stage end here, so a lot more things are going to be happening. At the end of lap 38, we're closing pit road, and at the end of lap 40 is the stage break. We're going to clear the blacks off restart, and then we will... So we're coming to lap 37 here.
Green flag.
Wow, that's a nice way to go from the fucking back to the front.
I didn't know about the car, but
Pinball out here, like, what the hell, boys?
Stage breaker, no.
Drivers meet the pace car out of turn 2. This will be the stage break.
Thank God there's not a fucking street, let's be honest.
You able to pass cars before the start finish line?
It is currently being reviewed.
So at the stage, can you take the blindfold off? I think it would help the rest of the field.
Pace car is on the backstretch. Check up, check up, check up. This is the stage break.
Aiden, it was legal because you didn't pass him before the line, but I'd rather have you not do that again because you could kill the field or kill somebody. It's just because you're coming at triple the speed as everybody else on the restart, so that's your one warning.
That was the end of stage.
End of stage. Oh, things have gone chaotic a little bit. Aiden Norman pulls a Kyle Busch move, even though he is 2 laps down. Makes no reasons why. As you can see, he doesn't regret his decision, although his decision means nothing because he was 2 laps down. He loses the lucky dog because he decided to pit here. Don't know why, but we are continuing on. We are here working lap 40. That is the end of the stage. And we will head to the back half of this race. Hopefully we clean up the racing a little bit as we get rocking and rolling. 48 currently your leader. 54 on second. Let me know when we're 2 to green, please.
Matt, I think I clicked the green cone coming out of pits, and it gave me an unsafe pit exit. I don't know what you want to do about that.
If it's asking you to EOL, just EOL. I can't clear that.
10-4.
Are we 2 to green?
By the way.
Thank you.
We will be coming to the choose cone this time.
Alright, we're gonna get ourselves up to the leader, Catania. Drivers, please follow all commands on your iRacing screen. We are coming to the choose cone this time around. If you want the low lane, go below the white line by the start-finish line. If you want the high lane, up near the wall at the start-finish line. Please make your decision early and decisive. Thank you. The more concise and direct you make your commands, the easier it is to control what is good, what is not. So here we go, coming to the choose. Where will everyone go? Looking good so far.
Bye, Creek.
16's alright in the back, so not worried about that.
I'm good now.
Just had to make a look there. Alright, drivers coming to green this time. Restart will be on the leader in the restart zone. Alright. Looking for... Choose cone rules, don't follow anything now.
You were telling me that before we...
Green flag.
Alright, we've got racing all over the track now.
That's a caution. That's a caution.
Caution. You want something to drink?
Come on,
Yes.
Creek,
I'll
all
take a
in the way.
Captain Morgan and Diet Coke.
No, it shouldn't have been a cause. I'm pretty sure that was on car, but whatever.
Multiple cars involved, spun in the middle of the track, multiple contacts.
That was 3 cars.
I'm gonna take a look back at this. Check up there, he's losing it, spun, more contact. Yeah. Just a racing incident. Unfortunately, we don't need more of these racing incidents, as it'll be a very slow roll around this track.
Got any damage back in my car, right?
This is what you don't want to see in race control. It's just a caution
Lucky
test.
dog, come high.
Because you got to deal with a lot of different scenarios going on and whatnot. So we're hoping to clean it up just a little bit, but you're seeing cautions breed cautions.
We'll pull up there.
Drivers, please follow all iRacing commands on your screen. Be behind who you're supposed to be behind. Thank you.
What's up, J-Con? Jason?
I was just trying to say what damage I had in my car, or whatever.
I can't hear you.
Oh my gosh. Come on,
How's
guys.
you gonna get some check damage on my car?
I don't see no damage on your front end.
Your car looks right there, Jacob.
Alright, we are working right now. Ben Choate's currently your leader.
Matt worked on the duty, my buddy.
Working lap 46 here. Are we 2 to green?
Yeah, too many canned waters, Fisher.
Alright drivers, you'll be choosing this time around. If you want the low lane, go below the white line at the start-finish line. If you want the high lane, go up against the wall at the start-finish line. Make your decision early, please. We got Ben Choate, Patrick Allen, Noah Belleville, Edward Marshall, your top 4. We'll see how they choose here in a short moment.
Can't review on that.
Review what?
43, looks like you made contact with the 12 on the choose there.
High speed racing.
43 looks good on the choose. I don't know what contact there was. I didn't see any.
There wasn't any contact.
43 is clear, got below before the start-finish line as late as it was. 43, please make your decisions just a little bit earlier. Thank you.
Yep, I immediately called it in the chat. Like, that was like.
Took me by surprise.
Yeah, my bad, team.
Alright. Coming to green, going on leader inside the restart zone. Alright. Let's see if we can't get this race rolling a little bit.
Green.
Oh, one car off onto the apron. I believe that was the 43. Three wide, back in the back, unknown why.
My
Still
bad on that, Kelly. I think we got a little bit of net code.
a lap car of the 62, still pushing its way up through. We're gonna make sure everyone has gotten stuff clear. We're good. Belleville currently leads 54 of Choate. 45 gets loose, hangs on to it on the bottom. Tough break for him. So he continues down the front stretch at a very slow pace. There, he's got it figured out now. Still chaos in the middle of the pack, and there's contact. One car, they save it.
Big crash, caution.
And now it's 2. Almost had it saved.
Gotta let the pace car by here.
Yeah, I think that was my fault, boys. I'm sorry about that.
Alright, driver's pace cars in turn 2. You gotta slow it down, let him by.
Zach, I do not know how I did not spin out and hit the 8 car right there.
Alright, coming back around. We're halfway in this race now. Halfway. Cautions have been a plague right now. We're looking to clean up just a little bit. This is our development series, and you're seeing some of where the development is needed.
Whee!
62 is back on the lead lap. Gets his lap back. All drivers on the lead lap. We've had one retiree, that is Jim Blankenship in the 4. Other than that, 18 cars on track, 18 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, that was wild and rough.
We're over halfway here in this race. Thank y'all for watching along.
48, did you notice any blinking from me on that run?
You can hear the drivers conversating back and forth, asking little questions here and there. Try to keep race comms as clear as possible. That way, if anything needs to be dictated, it can be. Like we were saying, thank you for coming out and watching here on Raggie Productions. This is the ARCS Racing Network's Ignition series, and you're getting a behind-the-scenes look at race control. Race control's fun at times, can be the bearer of bad news sometimes, but we make it work throughout, as I believe we're at 2 to green this time, so we're coming around to the choose cone for the next. Aiden, what black flag did you just clear?
It was for passing under yellow, but I was the lucky dog, and I came flying past them as they exited pits. I'm pitting now, like I'm in my box, so I'm not gaining anything from it.
Well, yeah, you are. You would have had to have shared this 30-second penalty.
Yeah, well, I still would have been on the lead lap, so it doesn't matter.
Drivers coming to the choose cone this time around. If you want the low lane, go below the white line at the start-finish line. If you want the high lane, go to the wall by the start-finish line. Please make your decision early and decisive. Thank you. Alright, we are back up here. Noah Belleville's your leader. We've got choose cone coming, watching as they pass through here. 3. Everyone's clear so far. Good. Alright, we are all good. Choose cone is clear, going green this time around. Going green this time. Restart is on the leader inside the restart zone. Alright. Getting ready to go green once again.
Green, green, green.
Back of the pack has been where Calamity has been. We're gonna let that one go. Nope, but now we're not.
Spin, spin.
That was
Caution,
one
caution.
car. That was one car.
What you doing there, bud?
Multiple cars have been spun around, one in turn 4, one at exit of turn 4. Caution on the track.
I thought they had to be the same. Was it the same incident?
2 cars spun around on the track, one at 4, one of exit of 4. Caution on the track. Pace car now, middle of backstretch.
That pace car just made me shit my pants. Holy shit.
Goes right through you there, Steve.
Alright, we are slowly winding the laps down here as we're going to have these style races here in Ignition. Like we said, it's our development series looking for spots up in the A squared division. I don't believe that anyone has left a good taste in the owner's mouths for the A squared call-ups, but it is early in the season.
Fisher, so you know you're moving really bad on that roof there.
We're looking for more action. We'll head to Phoenix next week. But we are here at Las Vegas currently, and cautions have plagued this Xfinity race for the Ignition program, and we'll look and see if they clean it up. It has been mainly mid to backpack.
Hey Ben, make sure when you're coming down pit
Issues?
road, you stay all the way to the right before you come down to pit.
Buddy.
You're good. Just give me a heads up.
Let me know when we're 2 to green.
Good to green, Ken.
Thank you.
Fuck your Bible.
Amen.
Alright, drivers, coming to the choose cone this time. If you want the low lane, go below the white line at the start-finish line. If you want the high lane, go to the wall at the start-finish line. Make your decision early and decisive. Thank you.
Can we talk about the 33 keep linking? Like, let's be real.
Alright, here we go. 3-car. Good.
Quiet, just for you. I'm going to the apron.
Oh 06.
There was a wreck right in front of me.
06 and
41, go back in front of me.
41. 06 will be served with an EOL for late choose. Please follow all our iRacing commands on your screen if you received any. We're going green this time around on the leader inside the restart zone. Alright, going green again. 41 to go.
Hey Nick, we are going to keep an eye on your blink. If it does get any worse, we're going to go ahead and ask you to drop back.
Green flag.
Ready to go.
52, he's jumping the start, man.
Leader had already gone, and I did not pass anyone until after green. I was getting cleared every single time, Count.
62 black flag for passing before the start finish line.
I did not pass anyone before the start finish line.
Jeremy, can you review, please?
Will do. Hold on.
Did not see him pass the start finish line illegally.
I had him passing the 32 before the start finish line.
I did not gain position until after the start finish line. That is the rule. You cannot gain position.
Pass me before the start.
I was on your outside before the start. Not passed.
Jeremy will review and confirm he will throw the black flag or not.
The 32 did not go, but he did pass him before the line. That's it. I don't know what to call that, Ken.
I went on the green. From my view, it looked like 80 jumped to start. And I was on the bottom of the 32.
If I recall, the rule is we can go once the leader goes. It's not when the green flag comes out, because the restarts are on the leader, so that means we all go when the leader goes. Leader had went. I went. other cars in front of me did not go. I also passed on the outside, and I do not recall passing anyone before the line. But as far as I know, the rules say you can't pass on the inside, you can't pass for the line. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do.
You've been warned once already today about Kyle Busch in the field and going around on the outside before the start-finish line. You passed the 32 before the start-finish line, which will result in a black flag.
I did not Kyle Busch this restart. I literally just went when the leader went.
Dude, you've got pushed every restart. Just take it on the fucking chin.
You do too, Alfie, so I don't really want to hear it.
We can talk about it after the race. You can disqualify me after the race if you want to, but that's a stupid black flag. I don't think I did anything wrong. I'm going to keep clearing it.
Bunch of fucking babies. Let's shut up and race. God damn.
Quiet, that'll be a warning for race comms. Let's keep it clean.
I mean, we haven't had race control in every race this season, so it's kind of inconsistent on the rule calling right now anyways, so this is just ridiculous. Leave it alone until the end of the race.
It's the same rule package as A squared. If you guys want to be in A squared, this is the rule package. Not the way we wanted everything to roll out, but it's what we're going to have to deal with, and things will be handled and conversated after race. But I think we all saw 62 pass the 32 before. He'd been warned already about jumping restarts and making those kind of moves. Whether he went or not, he still had the head of steam.
Clear, you know, black flag is accusing your authority.
One good thing is we have gotten green flag racing ever since, working lap 70 of 100.
And
Say that again?
do you know where the Xfinity rule book is in the Discord so I can look this up so I can see if
It should be the A squared rule book.
I can't find the square rule book or something.
Hang on, I'm looking. ARCS ignition. Go to the rules and regulations. It just says ARCS Racing Rules 2023 document. See if it's in there. I'm pretty sure A squared you can't pass before the start finish line unless you're avoiding. But it's not the first time in the race he's done that after he did the Kyle Busch thing two laps down.
The only thing that I would say that worked in his favor is the 32. And he left a huge gap too on top of that.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things we've always said, go when the guy in front of you goes, not when the leader goes. But Aiden had already set precedent that he was going to jump to the outside of everyone after he did the Kyle Busch thing. Then he tried to do it again and someone blocked him, and then he did it on that one. Plus, he was clearing his own blacks from pit road penalties and things like that. It was like, you can't do that. You have to let someone else clear if you're an admin.
Yeah, I don't think he should be an admin anymore after tonight. I'm sorry, like he can't be clearing his own black flags. We don't even do that. We have somebody else clear our black flag for us. That's how we do this.
Yeah, and it's nothing I wouldn't have done in an A squared race. So I mean, it was
trying to go from his fucking back.
Yeah, he's gonna fight it, but you still can't go.
He can't. He's got it. Yeah. That was complete bullshit.
Well, the one good thing is we've got green flag laps ever since that argument occurred, so we're rocking and rolling now.
There we go. Code of conduct. There we go. Now I got the fucking notes up.
I am recording right now, so the race is recorded to send to Ryan so he can post it. So just in case you didn't want to say anything that didn't need to be said in admin chat.
Yeah.
Well, we're continuing on. We're working lap 78 of 100. Edward Marshall, your leader. Reynolds in second. Belleville third.
So we gotta make another fucking major.
21.
Decent driver.
All we got to write in is that you cannot pass before the start-finish line. It's the same as the in real life cup rule. You have to hold your lane until the start-finish line unless you are avoiding a wreck.
Yeah.
We're getting into green flag pit stops now.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go back down to my chat since we figured this out.
Alrighty. We can talk about it after. Yep.
Yeah, we will talk about Aiden clearing his flags though after.
Okay. Just let me know where you want to do that at.
We'll do that in somewhere he can't get into.
Gotcha.
Alright. Well, talk to you later.
Green flag pit stops have occurred here. Looks like everyone has pit so far except for about 5 cars on track. Aiden Norman is your leader currently. You see these two, 43, 54, have not pit yet. And they're currently 10 seconds behind Norman in the lead. As you can hear, there's a lot of different conversations that go on in race control behind the scenes that you don't hear in a normal race broadcast. Oh, that was a close call there, but you know, different issues pop up on tracks at different times, and you got to handle them accordance to how you've handled them in the past as best you can. And sometimes when an admin is the culprit, you know, it has to be handled a certain way. So we will see what the repercussions are as we move forward, but all things considered, we have been green now for about 20 laps. Working lap 82, Aiden Norman's your leader. He's got a 10-second lead over Ben Choate in second, John Smeal in third at 10 seconds back. You got the 41 of Overstat and Patrick Allen Jr., who have not pit yet. Those are your top 5. They have not pitted. They will have to here shortly. First car that is pitted is Noah Belleville. And then it's Tommy Reynolds. Then it's Alfie Sharon Jr. That's your top 3 that have new tires and have pitted. See these fresher tires trying to find their way through. That's going to be a tight squeeze there. Good racing all around. Choate tried to keep them squeezed down. Those new tires are going to prevail. Top 5 still have not pit yet. Aiden Norman with a 12-second advantage over second and third. As you see, there's the leader getting passed by the 27. 27's getting 1 lap back. 8 of Alfie Sharon will also get his lap back. As we have the 41 and the 43 have served their pit now in lap 85. Leaves 3 cars out on track that have not pit: Norman, Choate, and Patrick Allen Jr. How long will they go? Norman's looking, I believe, to go the full, and looks like Patrick Allen Jr. is pit as well, so leaves the 54 and the 62 out on track. Currently only 5 cars on the lead lap. A caution here would be detrimental to those races, as they would have to stay out to get their lap back. Aiden Norman probably going to run his full tank out here. He is looking for a caution because that will secure the lead for him on the next time around, but strategy is huge here. You see the 27 there of Reynolds moving around the track now. There is cars everywhere on this track. Different battles going on in that Norman and Choate are looking for that caution. If they do not get it, the race will be up to Belleville, Reynolds, and Alfie Sharon Jr. So Reynolds passes the 41 there. Both those cars, all 3 of these cars on fresh tires. And they are doing about a second to a second and a half better than they're doing about a second to second and a half better than the leader, as they are cutting into that lead big time. Belleville is 17 seconds back now. Reynolds 19 seconds back, as Choate and Norman have pit. So the lead will go back to Noah Belleville with Reynolds in second. Alfie Sharon Jr. will take third, depending on when these guys come off pit road, as the 62 is coming off now. Or sorry, it's pitted now. .45 of Patrick Allen Jr. is back on pit road. Currently 3 laps down. Let's see where Choate comes back out. He has dropped to 11th, now 12th. as we're under 10 laps to go here. Belleville assumes the lead from Norman. It is Reynolds in second and Sharon Jr. in third. Norman continues to fall down. He is now in fifth. Now seventh as he continues to fall down the leaderboard. Norman comes out in 11th, 25 seconds back of the leaders. Did not get the caution he needed. A good attempt at strategy play, but the fight is up here. Reynolds, a 2-second disadvantage to the 3 of Noah Belleville. Now a 1.5 seconds back. Starting to close in on him. Reynolds has been running really good laps. As they're coming down to it, getting ready to go 6 to go. Reynolds now only 1.3 back of the leader with a lap car in between the two. Markowski here we're watching down in 8th, Fisher 9th. The 9 car of Alexander ahead in 7th. The 19 car gets by the 54 there. Passing that lap car is now a 2 second back with 5 to go. Clean racing for the last 40 laps. It's what we want to see. Issues in the early race, but they have calmed down and stretched this field out. Belleville with a less than a second lead over Tommy Reynolds. You see the 9 and 32 battling it out here for 7th and 8th position. 32 is going to make the pass on the high side. Three to go. The 19 looking to close in on the 3 as we right along with the 8 and the 54. 8 car about 3 seconds back of the leaders. We're coming to 3 to go. Here's your leader right here, the 3 of Noah Belleville, being tracked by the number 27 of Tommy Reynolds. Last lap here. Half second back for Reynolds. Needs a big run here out of 2. He's got the draft, but is it going to be enough time? 3 heads down in. Needed more time, but the 3 of Noah Belleville is going to walk away with the ignition win here on Friday night at Las Vegas.
Good one,
Belleville wins. Alfie Sharon in third.
Welcome back, Moldy. Welcome back.
Making sure everyone
Let's fucking go!
crossing through.
Go back home, Modi.
And they're racing 1-2.
Good racing all around. Three of Noah Belleville takes the win here in the Ignition Series, his first race of the season. Comes in and takes a win. Good race overall, real slow in the beginning, just getting the cautions up out of the way, and then a 40-lap run to the end, green flag pit stops. You see the two Bandit racing drivers hanging out, and Noah Belleville takes home the win.
I want to call out to anybody.
I want to thank everyone for joining me here on Raggie Productions here on the YouTube. Please like, subscribe, share this out. The Ignition Series out of ARCS is what was on tonight. A great race to the end. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight, and we'll see you on the next one.